guys, here we are. The final game. Who will win the prize here at the end of the tournament? Will it be our Purple Terran player back to his comfortable purple color, I guess you could say, from the Team Complexity? It is QXC. And in the upper left part of the map, in the yellowish orange this time around. I think that's yellow, right?
Orange.
That's orange. That's orange. I am apparently... Oh, there we go. I need to look at that monitor from a different angle. It is Quantic Illusion. And just so you guys know, this is a game in which the winner will take home $500. The loser will take home $350. So there is a chunk of change attached to this, yeah.
Yeah, $150 on the line, and Illusion switched colors on me literally the last second in-game you could switch colors. So
wow, you are just on the ball for like catching that too. Nice job.
Thank you. He has been DMing me quite a bit about it. Anyway, so gas first coming out of him, and we'll see QXE looks like he's just going to open for Barracks first. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Once again, we're going to remind you guys what's coming up over the next few days. Tomorrow is actually going to be our last day in which IPL TV is broadcast at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yes.
So please do join us. It's going to be Fight Club between ETN Zaka and Dignitas Show. We had some scheduling issues with Dongre Gu and Polt. Long story short, Dongre Gu declined his invite, but it was too late, so we had to have 2 other players step in. The winner of this match on Saturday will play TSL Polt next week, though, in Fight Club. So.
Yep.
That out of the way, next Tuesday, we are going to start brand new content at a brand new time as at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 3 hours earlier than we normally started. We're going to be bringing you guys a series of shows each Tuesday through Friday that will be headed up by Doa. You'll be able to talk about those at length. And then at 3 p.m. Pacific, we're going to start Team Arena Challenge 3, and our normal broadcast time for matches from here on out will be 3 p.m. Pacific after tomorrow's Fight Club.
Yeah, a little bit better time for everybody, ideally. And, yeah, I'm excited about the new shows. I've been working on for a couple weeks now, so hopefully we'll get some cool fan interaction with that. That's kind of the idea behind it, is that, you know, we wanted to do some fun shows, some a little bit shorter format shows, and have a lot more stuff for you guys to actually participate in. So definitely show up at 2 p.m. We're going to start Tuesday with a show called Cartographer, in which I'm just going to pick one of the newer, like, quote-unquote, tournament maps that someone in the community has made, and we're just going to really take a close look at it and evaluate it, play a couple games on it, see how it stacks up. The first map we're going to do is the map that Mao's Maro just put out. You can probably find his thread still on Team Liquid under the map section. We're going to take a look at that. We'll see if maybe we can get Maro even to join us. We'll see. And then a lot of other cool stuff throughout the week, so definitely join us for that.
Couple of interesting things happening in this game as well. It's a proxy starport for Illusion. Now, up on QXC's side, though, he has gone for a second gas, so he himself is planning some large one-base play. Reactor already hitting that barracks. Maybe more conventional 1-1-1 out of him, along the lines of possibly tanks even. We'll find out in just a bit.
Could be.
Does have enough for that starport right now. Back on Illusion's side, though, he's just sitting on 1 gas for the time being, so we'll see what he wants to do with this starport.
Well, yeah, it's just going to be proxy Banshees, it looks like. It's not going to be anything with Cloak or anything like that. Most likely there's a tech lab starting, as we can see on the production queue. And the Illusion Hellion doesn't quite take the Zelnagatara. 2 Marines will be able to handle that. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Nice job by QXE here, not taking any unnecessary hits, and then Hellion's going to have to go back home.
That's right. So, where is the Hellion? There's the Hellion starting up right now for Illusion. QXC, though, his starport is finishing. And if he starts a Viking right away, which he just did, he should be perfectly fine against this Banshee because it is a not Cloak variety, and that will be a very good start for QXC. And I think QXC is actually just going to go for what I call the Terran 4-gate, which is basically just the fastest Marine tank Viking attack you can possibly do. If you're not prepared for it, it is very, very difficult to hold off.
Very much so. We'll see if Illusion is able to launch an attack behind this. Now, if he uses it just for DPS, it could end up coming a little bit in handy, especially because he's starting a Viking after that as well. So he's going to start pushing forward with a good number of units. However, QXE is going to have siege tanks out. In fact, the first one is already on the field.
Yep, he does not have siege mode quite yet, though. Kind of saving that gas for another tank. He sees the push coming, though, so what is he going to do? Does he have a bunker at the front? I don't think he does.
No.
He's going to need to be very careful about how he defends this. He needs to raise that. Okay, just gets it up just barely in time. And the Banshee's in the back of his base right now.
Oh, yes,
he took it out.
does get cleaned up. Looks like 3
Yep.
workers have gone down in total for Illusion,
man.
but he's kind of repelled up at the front.
Yeah, that attack just completely shut down, and he's actually going to probably go home with this Viking here, too. There's not a lot he can hope to accomplish with that. And I think we're going to see QXC move out fairly soon here. We'll have to see. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, usually with this, you move out at around this time, and sometimes you get siege mode on your way there.
And it looks like, unfortunately for Illusion, though, QXE thinking about camping the starport, but
Yep.
Illusion could get in there with his other Viking as well. It's still going to be very difficult to try and take this engagement, although he has done a pretty good job of focusing down one of those Vikings. Well done. 1 for 1, though. And it looks like finally the starport going to be out of there, but I've got to say Illusion did about as good of a job as possible given the circumstance there.
And QXC, after losing those Vikings, actually does turn around. He knows that he doesn't have the air advantage. That is something that's rather important if you do this type of strategy. So Illusion's still completely in this game yet.
Oh, and the command center was actually rallied behind the mineral patches. It still is, as a matter of fact. There were 4 SEV sitting there. Oh, man. Hopefully you'll be able to clean that up.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. QXC still being active around the map here. With 2 tanks, he doesn't have a whole lot to be afraid of.
Not terribly. It looks like Illusion doing the right thing, though, and starting to put out some Marauders. Good response to the tanks, and he's going to get some tanks of his own here very soon, sitting on 3 racks in addition to that, though.
Yep, QXC looking like he's getting about ready to expand, too. I mean, you do eventually, when you do this, get enough money to just throw down a command center. It's late, but that's okay. You know, if you're doing pressure against your opponent, if you're making sure that they don't expand easily, it's okay if you take yours a little bit later, just like any other mirror matchup. And yeah, now he is starting siege mode.
Here comes
he's
QXE.
going in.
Yeah, Illusion does not have stim done. It's still about 70 seconds away. QXE, though, loses 1 tank up at the top, and the few Marines are actually roasted by these Hellions. Illusion still going to continue to power his way out. Is he going to be able to crash through all of these units? 1 more tank going down. Is he going to be able to get the 3rd? Getting so low in units. The tank is getting low itself. No, survives with 4 hit points.
Man, if I was QXC right now, I would land a mule and repair that, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just going to run away. Okay, I thought if he's staying, you need to definitely do that. But, yeah, as it is, he's running away. He got a little bit too aggressive. If he would have waited for siege mode to finish, he would have Illusion in an amazingly good place. But as it is, now the game is really anybody's at this point. QXC losing that army at a really, really bad time.
Pretty much even, yeah. I mean, the air advantage goes to QXE. Illusion does have a lot more workers. I don't know if he's planning to just all in and pull all of those with his attack because he hasn't started or even come close to starting an expansion.
Yeah, so really what QXE needs to do right now is just kind of regroup a little bit, then move out again and use his air advantage to be able to siege up below the base of Illusion. So we'll have to see if he does that. He does have, I believe, 3 tanks out right now. Siege mode is done. Yeah, he's going to have 4 in just a second. And he's got that air advantage, so I think it's time to move out. QXC definitely has a better composition at the moment.
Well, we'll see here. He didn't really repair this tank.
Not really.
Just 32 hit points from the 4 it was originally on. Oh, 1 of the Vikings goes down, though.
Whoops.
Illusion able to pick that up and will help him in the air war as it moves forward. So.
Yep. Now, QXC can't afford to be too passive with this because Illusion is probably going to start siege mode pretty soon himself as well. He hasn't done it yet, but it is a situation where QXC,
nope,
if
he's actually done with it.
Oh, it is done. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, QXC's kind of missed his window with that.
Well, we may have stabilized a little bit, honestly, as Illusion's expanding. He has a good worker count, as we can see, up by 7. And, of course, during the course of him producing this command center, which is going to take a little while, QXC will be able to catch up a little bit, but both these players will have similar economies.
Yeah, definitely. QXC, though, I mean, the upgrades are going to be slightly better because he does have +1 almost finishing now. But it's all going to be about, like, who can take and hold their 3rd base. And right now, Illusion's a bit ahead. Oh, yeah.
QXC does not have stim. Illusion does, and he has that combat shield finished up as well.
Yeah, spending a little bit extra money on that.
All right, well, we will need to start transferring some of this multitude of SEVs over there. Oh, sorry. Down, actually, we had a drop down at the bottom of the map. Looks like it already has forced QXC up. Will he be able to take out a tank, though? That would be a huge benefit to him. No, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to snag that quite yet. In fact, this Viking is going to take out the medevac. Going to be able to get away relatively scratch-free.
Yeah, not really going to be able to kill off that gas either. I mean, supply-wise, the players are basically even right now. So a lot of it does kind of come down to, who gets the better positioning. This is turning into more or less a quote-unquote standard Marine tank game. but it's on Jungle Basin, so.
That is true.
Yeah.
One of the ye oldiest maps.
Yep. That's right. I still remember when this was in the GSL.
I think we all do when Moon played.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm sorry, I always have to go back to that, but it's right there where those Banelings missed.
Definitely
still
one of the
funniest moments in GSL history.
One of the most memorable StarCraft 2 moments for sure.
Yep. And let's see now, as supplies are basically even up, worker counts are basically even up, and we do have stim packs started now for QXC, but Illusion already has his finished and is maybe thinking about pushing out just a little bit, at least testing the waters.
Yeah, it's getting very, very close here to where we are going to have a bit of a conflict.
Let's see here. Does Illusion have vision of those tanks? No. In fact, both players don't know about that. And Illusion now going to have to scan very quickly, or he will lose one tank. And
yeah,
well, like he's just going to lose it anyway.
Yeah, if you take that first hit, even if you scan, you're still going to lose the tank too. So he just kind of lets that one go. Oh, big siege tank hit on those Marines.
Yeah, unfortunately so. And it looks like a couple of tanks coming in for Illusion himself, although he's already under fire from QXE. I don't know how much damage this is going to do. One of the tanks already goes down. Illusion not getting a lot of damage done here. In fact, sacrifices that supply advantage that he was carrying.
Not a lot. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, he just lost some units. Now he has to go home. The nice thing, though, is that he does have that second base going, but QXE is about to drop his natural, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to make his way in. There's really nothing here for Illusion to defend this. He's trying to stim back as many units as he can. The SCV's already pulled away, and it looks like QXE recognizes that he kind of did the damage that he could and backs away.
Yep, that's right. Not bad. Free damage is free damage. He didn't lose anything on his side of things, so
yeah, and he'll take up
position to be in.
Take up almost all the energy off of these medevacs as well.
Now, look at the siege tank count right now for these players. This is where the big difference is. Look at that. 7 for QXE, only 4 for Illusion right now. QXE also has 3 Vikings, whereas Illusion has none. So, army-wise, QXE is in just a fantastic spot. But I wonder when we're going to see a player try to take a third base, if we see it at all. That's what I'm kind of curious about.
No command center started for either of these players. No extra one sitting inside of their main. So we'll see what ends up popping up next. Illusion moving through the middle of the map. A QXE kind of coming up to greet him with a larger force.
That's right, and this isn't like a friendly gift basket greeting. This is a greeting that comes with large tank shells, which is not really that much fun. Yeah, no, that's a kind of hello. In a stern voice.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
Hello, I have siege tanks.
Well, Illusion's got to watch out because he could lose one of these tanks. He does, and a second as well. QXE not really taking any losses there. That's a huge hit to Illusion. Really has to play defensively now.
Yeah, no kidding. QXE, though, I think he's just in a good spot right now to take his third. He has started a command center. It's going to be a while before it's done, obviously. But we'll have to see if he decides to maybe get a little bit aggressive with this, or if he's fine, he's going to drop the natural of Illusion yet again.
Looks like he's thinking about that. There are already Marines there, though, and looks like the medevac is going to survive, but the drop is shut down.
Yep. Losing one Marine there, but that's not so bad. There are only 50 minerals. It's not so bad.
That is true. So QXE thinking of waddling his way up to the front. There's already a few siege tanks sitting there for waddling. You heard me.
Okay. Those Marines waddling their way.
They do look like they're waddling.
Towards the base a little bit like ducks in a row, I guess. And the siege tanks will be able to fire over at some of the things there. Just barely could hit that supply depot, yep.
Yeah, it looks like that's about all he's going to get from that.
What a wonderful map this is.
I know.
It's so much fun.
Ooh,
I like this stuff.
Everything else just...
hold position is rough.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. All right, so QXE really has his opponent in a tight spot right now.
Drop going on down inside of his base. So it looks like QXE is already there to pick it up.
Yep.
Very well managed by QXE.
Well, this has kind of turned into a more or less standard TVT, and where QXE has the advantage, it's going to be difficult for Illusion to break him.
We'll see now as, unfortunately, Illusion having a few units drawn to the front. Those were on stop, and as soon as the shot went off, they started being drawn up to the front.
Yep. Whoops. SCV's making a mistake of trying to get up to repair that Viking. That's
Don't
what you
worry,
get.
I'll save you.
That's what you get. And so QXE is just setting up a really big, hard contain at this point. And there's not a whole lot that Illusion can deal with it. I mean, can do to deal with it. He's got to come down that really narrow ramp. QXE has that ramp covered to siege tanks, and that's kind of the death blow to a lot of Terrans. I mean, if they can't go down the ramp, that's it. It looks like Illusion, though, might try to just ferry units on the left side of his base down in medevacs.
Yeah, he is already doing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And we'll see if QXC wants to make his way over there. There are a handful of units here for Illusion, but I don't know how much damage he'll actually be able to get done.
It looks like he might just try to flank here. It is possible.
Very possible. He has some units over on the right-hand side as well. Probably going to try another drop at some point. QXC does have that third base up and running now.
Oh, here we go.
Looks like he's just going to try and make his way down the ramp. Will the splits be good enough? He is taking out a couple of tanks. A lot of the units have died. He needs to get right up on those tanks, but unfortunately just can't quite do so. Now finally running around with a few units around the side.
That did not work one bit. QXC's reinforcements come in. Now he's got a 60 supply lead. There it is. GG. And Complexity QXC is our winner for YOMT map tournament.